At 144 horsepower, the Prostar Turbo is the most powerful engine we've ever lowered into a side-by-side. What we really wanted to do as far as guidelines for the engine was develop a lot more power, but have no compromises on the table. So the service intervals be the same, the maintenance protocols be the same, the experience of owning the whole vehicle be unchanged, yet deliver a huge amount of power and way more excitement. When you add up the various different things that we've changed on the engine, it's basically more than 80% new. So some of the coolest features that we have inside this engine, obviously there's a turbo on the front of it that's pretty cool in and of itself, but there's a lot of little changes that we've made inside the engine that really add up to the total performance. Starting from the top of the engine, we have sodium-filled valves to help wick away the heat from the top end of the engine. We've got new seat materials to also help with that heat. We have a forged piston, we have a new connecting rod, a new crankshaft, and we also have a host of changes on the bottom end of the engine to do with the oil system to help with consistent oil pressure throughout the operation, as the turbo requires its own oil feed. A common misconception in the marketplace is that when you install a turbo, you'll experience lag. And with what we've done on the Razor, you'll experience none of that. In addition to all these mechanical changes that we've made on the engine, we've also done some neat things electronically with the engine. We've added a couple of key features that I think the customer will find really important. Number one is the altitude compensation. And the cool thing about that is whether you're at sea level or whether you're at 10,000 feet, this Prostar Turbo is going to make 144 horsepower at all levels. With this engine, you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get 30% more horsepower and 45% more torque, which is going to be a massive advantage whether you're going at low speed or high speed. The cooling system on the vehicle has changed a lot from what you typically expect on a XP1000, for example. With the engine itself, we have the liquid charge air cooler on the back of it. We have an electric water pump mounted mid-chassis just behind the fuel tank, and then that feeds this second radiator up front. So the result of that is peak performance at all times and all temperatures, regardless of what's going on. So if you're in the desert at 110 degrees, you've always got that cooling potential at the front of the vehicle. You will get all of the performance that you want at all times. What the new Prostar Turbo does is really give a new heart to the Razor vehicle to allow it to be at the peak of its performance at all times and really take razor sharp performance to the next level.